So continuing from where we left. Ready, are you? Okay. So basically, the question comes about existence. Well, we spoke about existence yesterday. The confusion is, how do we exist? Okay, so I think, are there any questions regarding existence? It's all about existence. Okay, so no questions. Very happy. If you have questions, then we should finish that. You're very clear on existence, why you exist, or why anything exists. Sure. Yes, sir, you.
Yeah, I joined a little late yesterday, but I listened to the video to the beginning of it. But I think when Venugopal said that it's about six senses, you were saying, then why don't you cut it? But it's you couldn't say it's related to the six senses also.
Let's take a product. Does it exist? That's the reason I was asking him, does Mysore exist? Even if he exists or not, Mysore will exist. Or do you think that when he dies, the Mysore also dies?
Right, but it exists in the perception of some other people in their senses.
No, there is existence. Can you deny that existence is my question. See, let's take another example. When did the US get independence? Now don't go to history books and search. It is in 1777. So if you were to go and ask anyone that did US get independence from the British, what would be the answer? They would say six senses, existence. In fact, if you go to the museum in the US, in whichever states, you'll find it. It exists or it doesn't exist. What do you think? I mean, if you have a confusion here, let's sort it out. But do you think it doesn't exist?
Yeah, I thought it's the collective perceived reality.
It doesn't matter, Eddie. That's exactly what Venugopal was arguing with me. I'm not saying there is nothing like six senses and all that. You just think, are you thinking of six senses when you say something exists? Like Google, is it existing or it's not existing? Right? Why that? I came in December, we went to Google. So do you mean to say it never existed? Right? Yeah, but when I went out from there, my experience of Google has ended. But that doesn't mean that Google itself is ended because I ceased to exist. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, but if everyone who ever remembered Google had stopped to exist, then Google stopped to exist.
Yes, so now if I want, I can bring back the existence in my mind. Can you say, am I hallucinating then? If you say, if I remember our good old time in Mountain View, you think I'm hallucinating? No. Can I go to my schooling days? Everyone can. Can Venugopal say that I was not a child? Can he say, you know what, I never existed as a child. I just realized I was never a child. And that's the reason I told him, why in that case your sister also doesn't exist. Right? In the same token. What is existing is six senses, agreed, but then your sister also is six senses, right? He has his own sister. He goes to her house. And that's the reason I was asking him. He goes to one river and sits and shows sometimes on the video. So that exists. So are you saying there's no existence? And existence means fixedness. It's fixed. Until whatever time, that's okay. So it depends on the lifespan. Right? So if you were to live for 80,000 years, you can experience that very place for 80,000 years. If your lifespan is 100 years, you can experience that place for 100 years. If your lifespan is for 50 years, you can experience that place for 50 years. If your lifespan is only for 10 years, you can experience that place for 10 years. Wait for a second. So Lata's dog is named Bruno. Okay. Now, it's a dog. Can it outlive human beings? No. Can it not see the existence of Lata while it is having life? Right? It knows. So when, let's say, I were to go to her house, does it consider me to be the owner? No. It will bark at me and it will look at her. Who is this person who has come? And depending upon her interaction, it might wag its tail and it'll go away, thinking, oh, this person is known. Isn't that an existence? Or you think that, oh, no, and the dog is not existing, it's only six senses which is existing. Got the answer? So now let's say the dog can live for 15 years, and that's a max. Its existence is only for 15 years. It can't exist, meaning it can't increase its existence because its lifespan is maximum 15 years. For a human, it's not more than 100 years. So whatever you are saying as a wife and husband and children and this and that is at the max for 100 years. So to that extent there is existence. Or do you think there's no existence? Yes, go ahead. Kalyan, hold on. Let me finish with Harry. Yeah.
Yeah, in that regard, let's say someone had the ability to recall some past life, even like an eon ago. Could you say that kingdom had existed?
That's correct. So that means he's able to recollect all the existences, right?
Yeah.
Like Buddha, he was able to recollect all. Right? He's seen all. That means he existed, right? So when he's existed as so and so, it's fixed. Or is it variable? Tell me that. See, in the Brahmajala Sutta, there are people who have gone 40 eons. Right? They have gone back and back and back and back and back. In my case, I have done 1.5 lives, which is nothing when compared to 40 eons. I have not even seen 1 eon. Get 40 eons, somebody can go 40 eons. Is he not saying when I was so and so? Or you are trying to say that, hey, you know what, Vilas, there is no existence.
Yeah, I never argued for the notion.
No, I never said that you are arguing. I'm just saying you can't use the word six senses and push everything under that and saying, I know what, I'm learning Buddha Dhamma. So everything is six senses. Yes, everything is six senses from Anagami onwards. That's right. That's correct. Because now you're moved out of that existence forever. That's fine. It's absolutely fine. Now you can be in that existence. You can be out of that existence because you have learned the art of being an outside. Yes.
Yeah, I think my question was that let's say you remember like thousands of years ago, which the kingdom no longer exists today. But in that memory, when you recall, then it exists in that memory. It exists.
Ariu, my question is straightforward. Isn't there an existence, or you say there is no existence? Right now, you are existing. And you would exist in some other form after this form. Got it? So, as an anagami, you are going to exist in some other realm, not in the human realm. Does that cut off your existence completely? So there's a fixedness. What I wanted to clarify to everyone yesterday is, do you think there's no existence? That's the confusion. And if you start reading the Dhamma, we go to two sides like this. One exists and one doesn't exist. It tends towards sasattavada. I'm going to exist all the time. Or towards uchedavada, which is, I will not exist after this. And it was a fact yesterday when I was talking to Venugopal and some others that they are not clear. Clear in the sense of experience, maybe clear in terms of book. I just wanted to clarify that. Because if you don't know what is existence, going forward is foolishness. So, hope you're clear now on you're existing, right? You're existing. Or you think you're hallucinating. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess in technical terms, would you say it equals Nityasanya, its existence?
Absolutely, my dear friend. Absolutely. Ariu, you can't wear a garb and pretend that it is not there. Okay? That's never going to happen. The moment you see Luke, will you not recognize him to be your son, or you think that, I don't know who this person is? Do you think so? And whenever you're coming to San Francisco, driving onto Mountain View, do you get confused? No, you know the road. In fact, you have a Google map. Tell me one thing, my dear friend. Is latitude, longitude fixed or it's variable? Fixed, right? In fact, no systems will work if you don't have the magnetic waves or the gravitational pull. Nothing will work because all wavelengths are fixed. You can't expect an IR to become a microwave. Microwave has a different frequency. Infrared has a different frequency. Bluetooth has a different frequency. Every wave has its own frequency. And that frequency is fixed. Isn't it or not? Or is it one day it became infrared and the next day it became radio wave? Has it ever happened that way? It can't defy law of physics. It's impossible. It can't defy law of chemistry. The chemical combinations, if you combine them, you'll get the same output. And some time back, I spoke about isotopes. It's in the school, but I think by now everyone has forgotten what an isotope is. Please go ahead and read. And biologically, whatever is going to happen biologically, it happens. That's Fick's law. See, stamen and pistil, can you change it? You can name it by whatever means. So asexual reproduction, it's going to be asexual reproduction. Nothing you can do to make it sexual. You can't make a flower to mate sexually. And you can't make mammals to have asexual reproduction at all. You got the point? That's not possible. Right? And the flower and the seed exist. Isn't it there or not there? They exist. If the seed were to get into the ground and if a necessary moisture is there, it's going to flower. Can you say this not existing? Oh, sorry, I'm just seeing something. Please look at the entire universe. Don't look at a tiny thing and say that, in the book it is written like this, so I will take it like this. No. Make your mind open up. Don't get into close quarters and read something and understand something and argue something. It affects nature, and Dhamma is the nature, not about you. It's the nature. In nature, you have asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. In nature, you have frequencies. You might find some frequencies, and you can name those frequencies and make your equipment to correspond to that frequency. So they found out something called Bluetooth. It's just a name given, but it's a frequency. If you set something to that frequency, if that other equipment is near, you can connect. It's not that it was not there. It was there, but it was found out now. So it was discovered. In the same way, Buddha found out something which was already there. He also says, I discovered it. He doesn't claim I invented it. He discovered it. What did he discover? The law of nature. That's it. So why are you all obsessed with the Dhamma, Buddha Dhamma? It's just law of nature. The way we are taking it is as though, I'm a Buddhist. Stupid. If you say you're Buddhist, that means you're existing as a Buddhist, isn't it or not? You're pretending to be someone whom you don't even know what it is. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I heard some saying like to argue with someone on something, I should know their perspective better than even they can argue, right? I think over these years you've been talking so much about how to remove these perception and these things, but we should also know the other side very well. Is why you're bringing this.
Yes, absolutely. So you need to be centered, right? Buddha Dhamma is centering. Yeah, human beings are obsessed. Okay, anyway, so coming back to this topic. Summary. There is existence, and existence is defined by the lifespan. In that lifespan, you can stay for that time only, and that's a problem. Got the point? Just like my stay in this company is counted. It's not endless. It comes to an end. Either by my termination or voluntary resignation or both. Right? But till that time, I exist. But when I am terminated, the company didn't find me appropriate, so they just say, Vilas, you're terminated. You don't have to come tomorrow. And nothing I can do. I have to hand over this laptop to my manager or to whomever she says. I just give it. They take my badge. I take my bag. They frisk and they throw me out. Or they just send me out. A nice way of saying, okay, go out. And next day, can I access anything? Let's say I quit. They try convincing me, stay back, and I say, no, I can't stay back. So I leave. My existence has come to an end. But till that time, it's existence. Please understand, Buddha never says there's no existence. He says that existence is conditioned. Yeah, it's a tourist visa. We're all tourists anyway. We have maximum 100 years to tour around and then call it a day. Yes, Kalyan, go ahead. So you've been waiting for long.
It's okay, sir. I'm good. So when I was listening to the existence discussion yesterday, there was a little bit of doubt, but when I read that Constant Bhakti Celebration log that you have wrote, so many things actually, I got some clarification on many things. And I think right now, even when you were talking about existence, only thing that was popping in my mind is the analogy of that candle and flame, like sense object and senses, all existing as like candle and flame. Right now I'm not saying like differentiating between the flame and the candle, but what I'm saying is like assume the existence is like a candle. Maybe some candles are big, some candles are small. Even the roles that you have said, even if you are shown the way out of the office, but the role will still exist until the company exists. So
Yes,
once
absolutely.
the company disappears, the role also will disappear. So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If they were to demolish this building, just like the World Trade Center, right? The plane hit the World Trade Center, and then the Twin Towers in New York ceased to exist. Right? So then we say it ceased to exist. Why? Because it went out of trace. And that's the reason, Kalyan, knowing this clearly, we put the following terms. We say arrival and departure. But we know when you swipe the card in the office, you have arrived in the office, and when you go out, you depart. It's exactly that meaning. And that's law of nature. You arrive, you can't stay there. You will have to depart. Right? I was in the house few hours back. I departed from that place to reach this place. So I arrived here. In few hours from now, I will have to depart from this place to arrive at that place. So this place is gone, and that place becomes my place. So consciousness now moves from here to there. So that's what the deepest of the Dhamma is. The consciousness moves from one to another. If you were to stop the movement, then is Nibbana. That's a very simple way of putting it. So first you need to know you exist. And if you deny existence, it's like saying I'm unconscious being. You are existing. So I left that place. I'm dead at my home. But they might not think I'm dead. That is their problem. But I'm departed. And now I'm here, arrived. Ittha bhava, anyatha bhava in Pali. Ittha bhava means thisness. Anyatha bhava is otherwiseness. That place has become otherwise. Got it? What if I don't go back home? Is there a guarantee, my dear friend, that I'm going to go and see my wife and son?
No.
It's a presumption. But I've already departed there. So this morning at 5 a.m. or 5:02 a.m., I departed. My so-called wife feels, she can be feeling whatever she is feeling, that I'm in office. Just like my manager's dog feels that her owner has gone to the office. It feels, that's the problem. You can feel. Now you might feel good, you might feel bad, you might feel worse, you might feel whatever you feel. But the existence per se is dependent. So you depart from one place and arrive to another place, and then you depart from that place to arrive in another place. This is the first thing, we put it, arrival, departure. Second thing, birth and death. Same thing, you arrived is birth. You departed is death. Isn't it the same? Forget that. I'll give you another one. It's even more intriguing. Moving from one room to another. You were in this room. Now you're dead in that room. You're now in another room or whatever. You're there in this room to be dead in another room. You're not there. So what's the reality? The reality is the consciousness can, and that's it. The remaining thing is fabrication. You can make to believe, I was in the kitchen, I was. So you see these words we use, it's departed, I was. Can you say I am? And there's a sutta for that, about Vaiyakarana. He says, any religion, any tradition, and me will not have a fight on this. An intelligent person will say, I am, to mean I am. I will be. He will say, I will be. And if he says, I was, he says, I was. So he knows this is past. I am is the present. I will be in the future. There's no fight regarding that. What's the point? There's no confusion over there. So when I say I will be, I'll be meeting my manager, it's assumption. But in language, you can make it up. It's an assumption. I'm going to meet my manager. You may or may not. Right? I was. What do you mean you were? I was in this room. Okay. Now I'm in this room. Actually, you're dead in that room. You never existed now. Now you're existing here. So wherever you go, there's an existence. You got the point? That's the deepest of the Dhamma. Wherever the consciousness goes, there's existence. It's like the candle in the darkness. So you just take a candle, it's still dark. You light up, and that room is light. The consciousness is that light. The candle is the body. So wherever you take the body, so it lights there. Now I can say I'm seeing Kalyan. Who Kalyan? That light called as Kalyan. And that light called as Harihu, that light called as Abhishek, and that light called as Veena or Venugopal. But there is no person there. It's just the light. the light of consciousness. And that's it. If I know this much, there's how many consciousness? Single. And that's it. You're done with the misery. I don't have to exist as Kalyan, as Vilas, as this, as that. There's no existence then. And hence Anagami, non-returner to this state of existence. Which state? How many people we are seeing here? That state of existence. What if you were to remove that also, the asavas, and there's no existence? So it is extinguished. That's it, your relief. That's arhat.
So yeah, actually, that writing that you have done in the blog, that's really helpful. And this thing of existence of every second that is becoming non-existence and taking the concept of anicca, that actually helps and brings a sense of calm. And actually,
Exactly. So now if you were to explain anicca, impermanence, uncertainty, both means anicca. In this piece of candle and the light, the burning of the candle is anicca, that is impermanence, because it's getting burnt and burnt and burnt. So it became smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and went out of existence. Right? Second question. Can this candle be burning completely? Nobody can say. A wind can come and some defect in that candle can extinguish. So, isn't it uncertainty? It's uncertain. So, can you then promise this light is going to be there forever? No. Can you say it will not be there at all? No. Can you say it will be there for some time, it will not be there for some time? No. Because that time itself is a constant. It's beyond the time. It's beyond the space. Because time and space are constructs. They are not realities by itself. So then we are talking something beyond time and space causation. So the law of causality exists when you name something. When you say he was here, and then the law of causality exists. When she's here, when you say ittha, here, it becomes anyatha otherwise. Now I understand this. So can I drop it? Yes, drop it. And when you drop it, you have let go of the grasping to a concept. And when you drop the concept, you will see nothing. So you become a witness. Just bear witness. Neither any form, any shape, any color, any structure, any definition, any postulate, any theorem, anything, this, that, all goes away. Just the witness. Bear witness. Yes, Sari. Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe I misheard one time, but I remember you said only arahat are completely undisturbed by death. But today, hearing what you're saying today, it feels to me that even anagami would be completely undisturbed by death.
they would be disturbed to a little extent, not to a extent of an arhat. Since I'm leaning towards that, I'm getting all of these insights, but still not there yet. But yes, as an anagami, you still have the fear of death, even though you know where you'll be reborn. Yes, go ahead.
But I thought from what I understood from what you just said, the anagami has already always in this witnessing consciousness and no longer existing.
There is, so the arhat will leave that as well. So we are yet to come to that explanation. Hold on. We are still in the witness.
Yes, but then as the anagami dies, this witnessing consciousness is stable. So why is there a disturbance then? Because he's
Leave it.
okay.
You're gone beyond your question. Let's park it. We'll take it somewhere. Otherwise, it becomes like what I and Venugopal keep on having this back and forth arguments. Hold it. Park it off. Madhukar, you wanted to ask me something.
No, sir. I took confirm my understanding right or not. What I was saying that you explained that as long as the consciousness is aware by
Your voice is breaking.
Is it okay?
Now it is okay. Now I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, Madhukar, go ahead.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Sir, I was just thinking the understanding was right.
Madhukar,
Yes, sir.
you,
Like as long as one is aware of, as long
hold on. You just
as one is aware of consciousness getting in touch or in touch with.
Madhukar, switch off your camera so that the audio will be clear.
So, is it okay, sir?
Yes.
Sir, I just wanted to confirm my understanding. It was that as long as the one is aware of the consciousness with the contact that exists. Once the consciousness is not with attachment with the contact, then it doesn't exist. So it is always up and down contact and cessation arise. So that's what the exists. So as long as the contact is there, we are aware of the contact. It exists. Once the you're not the contact is away from the consciousness, you're not aware of the contact. You don't exist. So is it that way the existence means, sir?
No.
Okay, sir.
For a contact, there should be six senses. For the six senses,
Okay, sir.
there should be something there. This is called Nama and Rupa. And for that, there should be
Yes, sir.
consciousness. So this goes in loop. So exist, I think you still have a confusion on existence. So Madhukar, do you exist or don't you exist? I don't understand.
I do exist.
That's all. Now, let's not pretend ourselves to be something which we are not. We are all becoming like Buddha, saying that, I don't think so, I exist.
Yes, I do exist.
Stop pretending and say that, I exist. You will exist till the time you leave this place, right? So, let's keep it. There's nothing wrong in existing. Existence is not permanent. That's what it is. It's not that you should exist at all. It becomes something like Uchchedavada, annihilationist. Right? So don't get into this cornerstone arguments.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Where some person feel I'm always existing and another person feels I don't exist. Like, there is existence. So let's take that. Now the question comes, how do you exist? You exist on condition. Just like a candle and the light. You, Madhukar, you just see, if you go somewhere, you are going somewhere or the somewhere is coming to you. You tell me which is right.
I'm going somewhere.
Exactly. The consciousness is going somewhere. Even if I were to go and meet a colleague of mine, he's sitting at his place, it's a consciousness which is sitting there. There is that. This is meeting that. This consciousness is called Vilas and that consciousness is called some other name. So both are consciousness only, but they are separated by name and form.
Correct.
Right? So it will pretend as Madhukar and this will pretend as Vilas, and then we are doing a dramatization, so to say, saying that oh, this is that, make a hand gestures and this, that, and you also do something. But can you deny existence then?
Yes.
No. That's the first thing.
Okay.
There is existence. Okay, don't get into false view. There is no existence at all.
Correct. Correct.
There is.
Okay. Thank you. Sadhu, sir.
No problem.
Sir, can I just add one thing that you have said to Madhukarji? I think you just given a very good analogy of taking a candlelight to a dark room, like how it illuminates the dark room. And so if Madhukarji uses that analogy here also, like something is non-existent, but once he's taking the candle there, it's starting to appear in front of him.
Exactly.
So the light is illuminating.
Exactly. That's what Buddha explains. Taking the support of 5 dhatus or elements, consciousness takes a shape. That's there in the sutta. And it enters into the womb. There's no real womb as such, honestly speaking. But it is seen as a womb. Then when it takes a womb, it takes 9 to 10 months to develop the body. Consciousness is not developing. The body is developing. And then it makes body experience pain so that it can push off from that place. So it pushes itself out and it comes off that hole. Right? So when it comes out of the hole, it's separated out. So now it was dependent on the mother for food. Now it is dependent on the nature for food. So for the first few months, the mother gives her own food through her breast, making that being grow a bit before it can take a solid food. And once it starts taking solid food, it keeps on growing and growing and growing and maturing. Who is maturing? The body. Is the consciousness maturing along with that? It's got nothing to do with it. So then the consciousness enter into the womb? No. Did the womb enter into the consciousness? No. Did the womb and the consciousness, it entered and did not enter into the womb? No, it makes absurd arguments. Because consciousness is holding the 5 elements. It seems as though somebody is there. And that is what is called mithya or mithya. It's an illusion created by consciousness. It's just an illusion. So the existence is an illusion? Yes, indeed, it's an illusion. But as long as that illusion exists, So the existence also exists. When you get enlightened, means the consciousness becomes to know itself, its true nature. The illusion is gone. Now that consciousness will sit like this, I am everyone and everything. I'm not separated. And that's what Advaita is, non-dual. Now the duality is gone. And Buddha goes one step beyond it to end it. End the existence completely. That's the last step. So first you acknowledge existence. Don't deny existence. There's no denial. And don't feel that you exist forever. No. It's conditioned existence. There is nothing called a fixed existence and a fixed non-existence. The people fight on this. So they always fight on the tetralemma. You make a 4 square and then point here and say, this exists? No. And then this exists then? No. Then this exists then? No. Then this exists. So you keep on jumping in the 4 quadrants. Buddha doesn't answer those questions because it's absurd. It's like this, asking Vilas is permanent. What do you mean permanent? There's no permanency of Vilas. How? If he moves from this room to that room, what's the permanence there? It's gone. Right? Why? He went to the poop. The poop was in the stomach, existed. Now it doesn't exist. Urine was there in that bag and evacuated. It existed and non-existed. So everything is like that. His hunger was existing. Now food is been taken, so the hunger is gone. And after a while again hunger comes back. That means the food is digested. So that doesn't exist now. The food doesn't exist. So the hunger exists. The moment you put food again, the hunger is quenched. And then the stomach is filled. What a nice thing, right? And all are existing and non-existing, existing, non-existing. But existence is there as long as you are there. It depends on the ayu. Got it? So, with the condition of 5 elements, the consciousness holds. And when consciousness departs, the 5 dhatus are left behind. Have you seen anyone taking their body and going away? Actually, that person, whomever he called as a person, is right there. But he is not responding. That's it. The body is exactly in the shape. If I were that person, I would have kept the body at my house. But you can't. Why? It get destroyed. You can't stand the smell. You have to put it in the morgue. Instead of putting it in the morgue, I'll put it in some other place, like under the ground, or burn it, or do whatever. Because it's just carbon. What will you do with carbon? Nothing. Yes, Abhishek.
Is there any relation with this with elevation? Because in practice, Buddha also talks about elevation in certain scenario. And I always wondered what is the connection with the mind, because they are still in the body. And
no, you leave the body and go, which is the jhana, so you can exist there. And if you practice that much, you can let go of this body and go there. So ithabhava anyathabhava. So now you are leaving this and going there. Just like I love Mountain View, and then I speak to Ariu, and Ariu says, "Yeah, Vilas, I think I can get you a job in Google." Then I apply. Even with Trump administration not wanting me to come and do the job there, but I still get a job in California. So I move. So I move from here, this, to that. Right? Can I not do that? I can.
Yes, but in that case, my body is still stationary. I'm talking about elevation when they talk about like somebody, like the body
Levitation.
elevating.
Levitation. Not elevation, levitation.
Yes, levitation.
Yeah, you can do the levitation. That's possible. You have to realign the body centers and it will levitate. It will fly, so to say. It works. But you should know how to master it. That's it.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. So in that case, what is, because there's something shifting with how the awareness.
Tell me one thing. Forget all about that. How did they invent airplanes?
Somebody wanted to fly and no.
How did they invent it? They did the same thing. They
Right.
balanced the load. And they found out a way of escape the gravity. So can't you do that? You can.
But there is speed. Here there is no speed.
There is speed here also. Otherwise it doesn't work. Levitation also requires a little bit of speed. So there is buoyancy. See, flotation. Are you aware of flotation? Right? Your body can float. There's a flotation, right? Otherwise you couldn't be able to learn to swim. Simple. Abhishek, please understand this. Whatever you're doing through mind. Right? So if you make up your mind, it's possible. There's nothing impossible about it, but you should know how to do it. That's it. Why? This 5-element thing, right? This 5-element thing is just element and it has the same properties. Okay. What? Malleability, you can bend it. Can you not bend anything? Can it not float? Like wood, it floats. Right? See, how did they invent ships? It should have drowned. It's a heavy thing. But they came to see how to balance the load. So on water, it's floating. It's amazing how you can build a raft or a ship or a steamer or whatever it is. The same way, is using the same elements, 5 elements, they made airplanes, they made spacecraft, they made satellites, they made everything. It's using the same element. There's absolutely no difference in the element. Silicon. Can anybody imagine the amount of sand you're going to extract to make a silicon? That's chemical. No, it's pure earth element. You combine it in a way which will give you a compound. And the compound is consisting of chemical elements. So then they found hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon. Have you seen that entire periodic table? Have you gone through the periodic table? I think one day we need to take chemistry and all of these things. And then you can change the isotopic forms. And you can change the chemical composition. The same thing in the body. You can change the chemical compositions and then it becomes lighter. It becomes lighter, you will levitate. What's the big deal? Presently, you don't know how to do. Why that? You can go inside the walls if you want. You can walk on water. You think it's impossible thing to do? But it's magical. No, nothing is magic. You should know how to do it. Tell me one thing, Abhishek. Do you know to swim? When somebody introduced swimming, you were aware that you can swim?
I was not sure. I was fearful.
Exactly. Everybody is fearful. Now, because the water makes you feel drowned. But very soon, you learned how to float. Did you learn to float, or the body is capable of floating?
Both.
Which one is real?
Both.
Both?
Body is also capable of floating if I know how to, but I have to learn.
Body is always capable of floating and flying and doing everything because it's just an element. You learned how to play with elements. That's it. Mrityunjay, go ahead.
Sir, then what about astral travel, sir?
You are moved away from the body thing now. So you have to wait another day tomorrow to take this up. Astral travel is mental travel. First, physical travel itself, we are unclear now about existence and non-existence. You are talking something beyond that. Yes, it's possible. Now you leave the body and go. It's possible. It's there in Samanya Phala Sutta as well. You can do as astral travel.
Sir, I have experienced it accidentally once,
Okay.
trying to recreate it.
Good. For that, you need to do what's that? Lucid dreaming. Do it for 2 weeks. Wake up at 1 a.m. in the morning. Meditate for 1 hour from 1 to 2 on the one you want to do. And do it from 2 to 4 every day. And you will be there.
That meditation means you mean to that is we have to be in jhana state, sir.
You can be in any state, like he has put yoga nidra, you can do whatever. You need to know how to let go of the body. It doesn't matter jhana, mana, this one, that one, anything. You can do it. There's no rocket science. It's most easiest one can do, but you can do. But you have to bring all conditions together for it to happen. Just imagining it will not work. Eat less. So you have to stop night food. You should stop night emissions. You should not eat any spicy food. Okay, there are a lot of restrictions on that, on the diet. Okay, shouldn't drink too much water after 5 p.m. And you should be doing japa or whatever it is. And then you get lucid dreams. 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. Should practice. Take a bath at 1 a.m. in the morning, cold shower bath. Okay. 1 to 2, meditate. Go back to sleep. Then you will come out of the body and go wherever you want. And then after 4 a.m., get back into the body and be normal.
But sir, there's a risk to it, sir. Returning to the body is risky. So
It is risky.
It's not recommended.
I agree. It is risky. It's not easy. So please don't drink whiskey. It becomes very much risky. Anyway, but I just said the process. And you can do it. Anybody can do it. Mrityunjay, if you have that in your mind, maybe try doing it from today.
Surely, sir. Surely, I was tempted for this.
But be
Before-
careful. Be careful.
No,
You might not be able to get inside the body. It's the most dangerous thing. With you should find a teacher who can teach you how to do it. Don't do it alone. You will get freaked out. And by chance, you can't get into the body. In 3 hours' time, you're dead. Meaning, you can't enter into the body forever. Be careful.
So, just if Mr. said is trying to do that, just a suggestion like try to learn Mulban first. Like that's what my guru told me. Use the Mulban, you can come back. Otherwise, it's very scary if you cannot do a Mulban properly.
Yeah, see, there are 3 bandhas: Mula bandha, Udyana bandha, Jalandhara bandha. You let go of the prana from the Jalandhara bandha, then it comes out of the body and it starts floating. It doesn't know where to go. Okay, don't act funny. You will land up in a situation where you cannot enter into the 9 holes. And that's it. You require help. And there's nobody to help. No, that's something separate. And you don't bring something and make it even more worse than what it is right now. So, Mrityunjaya, for your own benefit, go to a teacher who has learned yoga, Hatha Yoga Pradipika completely, and learn how to get out of the body. Don't try stunts and you will get into trouble. And another thing, even if you come to the body decays faster. The moment the prana departs, the body gets decayed fast. So when you try come back into the body, it's a decayed body. So you'll get body pains, aches and fever and diarrhea and everything. So be careful. It's not an easy thing. Learn it from a proper source and don't try something out of excitement. This thing shouldn't be done out of excitement at all. Curious, like Ariu says, I'm very curious. No curiosity. And if you are excited, I pray not to do. Because for every living being, the body is the most important thing. It's like you're locking your house. Hey, you know what? I just want to go out of the house. Okay, go. Now the house is locked. What will you do? At least in our case, we can break open the house. But here, all the 9 holes will get locked, closed. And that's it. It's an induced death. It's dangerous to play with it. Careful. If you've done right, the body doesn't decay. It's the warmth stays, just like the refrigerator. So you stay. That means the body is, prana is, there are 5 pranas. You let go 4 pranas and 1 prana exists. So on that prana, it maintains the body heat or the warmth. Now the consciousness departs and then goes wherever it wants, gets conscious of other things and comes back to its own body as many number of times. But learn from a proper teacher. Yes, Harry.
So if you do it right in the way you just described, it wouldn't be a very decayed body and you wouldn't have these illnesses.
No, yeah, that's a problem. Like, look at the Sadhguru. He tried doing it and he got up into a problem. He himself says that I shouldn't have done and some things. So you should know what should be done and what should not be done. And you require a qualified teacher to explain to you and get you going. Or you follow what is written in Samanya Pala Sutta and you will get it. But there again, you require somebody like Buddha to explain it. Reading the book and doing it is like taking a equipment and reading the manual and trying to configure it. You know what's going to happen. Anyway, so let's end. We are 7 minutes ahead. Yes, Venugopal. You wanted to ask or you wanted to say bye?
Sir, both mentally and physically also travel, right, sir?
Yes.
Because Buddha did that.
Yes, you can also do both. Anybody can do both. You should know how to merge the elements with these elements. Like if I want to go inside this wall, pass the wall and go to the other side. And then I should know how to make this body, which is one combination, to match the other combination here. And then you can do that. And I can merge with the sky, so I can fly like that.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. All right. At present, I don't have any ability to fly or go inside this wall and the water. But in my last life, I have done it. So I know I had done it, but I don't know how I did it. Especially walking on water, I'd done it, but I have missed it. I don't know how I did it. If I could get it back, it's nice. And I know astral travel, but I've forgotten how I did it. I've seen doing it, but I don't remember what are the steps I followed. Like what I laid down the steps, I know it, but the process, what state you should be in to get there, presently I don't have. Anyway, nothing can be done.
So that's how you chose to be with us mortal, to shake us a little bit. So that's why you're here for now.
I know that has got nothing to do with it. I can be walking on water, going on anywhere, but it's fine. But that has got nothing to do with this. But I've forgotten.
Yes, but then you'll be preoccupied in another space. Your existence might be in a different.
Might have been, but but I know the process. What all needs to be done, how you should do the sadhana and all that. But right now, I have not done that. Sometimes I feel I should do it. I should get back and look at from my memories and how it was done. Not yet. But at present, I've forgotten. Yes. Nothing? Okay. Done for today.
Now your aim is to get liberation ultimate, I feel so.
Yeah, not about magic. Miracles and magic. All right. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.